All right, this is a little bench tutorial, and I'm not saying it's necessarily the best way to do it. I'm just saying that it's the way that I choose to do it, and basically the way that I actually didn't get to this form until after I was done competing. But now if I was to go back and compete, and the reason why I've PR'd recently is because I've adapted this technique and it's evolved since I started kind of like my powerlifting progress. About 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago. I'm a little heavier than I was then, but not by much. And my bench max has gone from about like 270, 265 to my last bench was 355. And it's a touch and go, but so was the 275 when I started. So it's not like a meet per se where you have to pause it on your chest and you get commands to start and stuff like that. It's always going to be harder. You're going to knock off probably at least 5% of what you can lift. But it's pretty close. Maybe not 5%, but pretty close. Somewhere between 2 and 5%. You probably can't do just as much unless you're kind of like a sink and heave guy. But anyway, I was digressing there a little bit. Whole point of this video is to basically show you how to set up, or at least how I set up, so that I can maximize not only how much I can bench, whether it's the amount of weight or the amount of reps, but also keeps me safe and helps me so I'm not going to tweak anything while I'm doing these sets and going really hard. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set up and talk you through it at the same time. All right, when I first set up, I'm going to get under the bar, but I'm going to roll it all the way, the bar up to the front of the J hooks, or the J cups, whatever you like to call them. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the grip position of width that I want. Okay. I personally don't like the suicide grip. I do the thumb in grip like this, not like this. So my thumbs are round. Because I like to think of it as like a punch. I want my wrists straight as opposed to bent back like this when I'm pressing. So I've got that. The next step from there I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to bring my heels back as far as I can, and I'm arching mainly through my thoracic spine. Okay, so I'm arching as much as I can up here, my upper back. Okay, I want my shoulder blades, not so much down on my lower back, my lumbar area. So, I'm going to get back into the position, roll it back up. Okay. Back in the position, my heels are about as far as I can. Okay, my chin is lined up right now, so I'm going to keep scooting, stay tight, till about my nose or mouth for me. That's where I feel the most comfortable. Probably my nose in competition, so I make sure I don't hit the J hooks. Now from here, my heels are tight, my body's tight, my chest is up, okay? I'm gonna, so I can unrack it myself, I'm gonna arch up, push my toes back so I move my position, and then when I come back down, I'll be coming back down to a flat position with my heels, okay? So I'm gonna go up, just like this, unwrap it, tighten again, and go from there. Staying tight the whole time. Good, so that was my second set. This is about 225, 226. It's a little bit different with the collars, and these are kilo plates. So I've got the 25s, then the 15s, and then I have the little 1 1/4 plates right there. Plus the collars are about a poundish or a little bit more. A few other cues to go through. As soon as I unrack the weight, and when I adjust and bring it over me, I'm pretending like I'm almost bending the bar. So if my arms are flared out like this, it's almost like you're bringing your chest up as high as you can, and it's almost like you're trying to bend the bar. It's not really going to bend the bar. That's kind of what you think, and that helps you stay tight. The other thing that cues I try to remember is you're pushing your feet out and pushing your heels down. That'll keep your chest up high. Okay. Other than that, that's kind of how I set up. I'm sure I'll probably do a video later on explaining a few other things that I forgot about right now. But that's basically the cues you want to do, okay? So get the bar set up so it's close, so you're still close to it. At the same time, you don't catch these J hooks. Keep your chest up. Try to get extension through your upper back as opposed to your lower back. Probably always going to arch your lower back a little bit, okay? But you mainly want it up here, not down here. right? Other things, okay, keep your arms safe and chest, bend that bar, okay? And I don't like suicide grip. That's this grip. I like it like this. My thumb underneath and grab it. I want it to be more like a punch rather than like this. If you look at it this way, I'm driving the weight straight this way like a punch. If it's this way, it's right here. Force is going right there, and your wrist gives a little bit, okay? I've noticed that I barely even need to use wrist wraps unless my wrists are really sore. I probably bench the same, just being able to go like this. So I don't even know if I did a competition at this point, I don't even know if I would use wrist wraps. So anyway, I know this video is getting long, but I wanted to at least, I've been posting a lot of videos of like, for the last couple of years of my workouts, but I want to kind of like, how does he get to this point where he uses this setup? Why does he use this setup? And hopefully I helped out with that today.